Greetings, curiosity seekers. This amaziology with most amazing, inviting you on an expedition through time to uncover Earth's extinct alien species that once walked among us. Kicking off the countdown at number 10, could dragons have been real? While concrete evidence is scarce, cultures worldwide from medieval Europe to ancient China independently described remarkably similar dragon-like creatures in their myths and legends. This suggests these ubiquitous stories may point to a shared experience of actual dragon-like beings that became lost in time. If dragons did exist, their hollow bird-like bones may have been too fragile to properly fossilize and preserve, a modern discovery. Another intriguing clue is that our innate human instinct to duck or flinch at fast-approaching objects overhead could be an ancestral muscle memory, echo of an age-old defense behavior against giant flying predators like dragons. Though existence of dragons remains unproven, the persistent possibility of real fire-breathing dragons across ancient cultures captures our imaginations and inspires awe at the untamed world that may have existed in the distant past. Slinking in at number 9 is the formidable dire wolf, weighing 130 to 150 pounds. These stocky and hefty hunters roamed the landscapes of prehistoric North America up until about 13,000 years ago, before disappearing. With their shorter limbs compared to modern gray wolves, dire wolves were built more for strength and speed. They would not have been adept endurance runners compared to other wolf species. What's fascinating is that unlike modern wolves that have crossed continents over time, dire wolves evolved uniquely in North America, isolated from other wolf development. Their existence reveals the remarkable diversity of canine life that once graced the ancient Americas. Howling onto the list at number 8 is our close cousin species, the Neanderthal. For most of human history, multiple overlapping human species actually coexisted on Earth together. Neanderthals in particular were shorter and stockier than our modern human frame, but still our closest ancestral relatives. There is evidence they practiced rituals like burying their dead and may have had symbolic language and culture. However, as early modern humans expanded out of Africa and into the Neanderthals' Eurasian home, turf starting around 70,000 years ago, the Neanderthal populations began to decline, possibly due to resource competition and difficulty competing with the influx of our direct ancestors. However, we modern humans didn't just defeat the Neanderthals through conflict, we also got intimate and amorous with them back in the day. Many humans today have between 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA, mixed into our genomes thanks to ancient ancestors that interbreed with Neanderthals when they ventured into Eurasia. This makes you wonder, how did our ancestors treat those now extinct alien species when they encountered them? Were they ruthlessly eliminated or welcomed into the community through attraction and curiosity? The Neanderthal story raises intriguing questions about our deep past. Swooping down to number 7 is the giant Argentavis, one of the largest known flying birds to ever take wing. With an astounding estimated 24-foot wingspan, this megabird dominated the skies above ancient Argentina around 6 million years ago. As a scavenger unable to actively hunt and carry large prey kills back to its nest, Argentavis likely relied on updrafts, wind patterns, and slopes of cliffs and mountains to achieve flight and become airborne. Despite its massive size, the adapted lifestyle of this giant flyer reveals how it carved out its niche among the many formidable apex predators patrolling the prehistoric landscapes and seas below. Jaws dropping at number 6, we have the mighty Megalodon, one of the largest shark species to ever exist, at an estimated length of 50 feet from razor-filled jaws to tail. Based on fossil evidence, this enormous prehistoric shark was the undisputed apex predator of the oceans, feeding on whales, dolphins, giant turtles, and whatever else it desired. However, the Megalodon lineage that had ruled its domain for millions of years ultimately came to an end around 2.6 million years ago, as cooler climates likely altered its ecosystem and suitable hunting grounds, dwindling populations of its preferred large prey as oceans changed combined with adaptations by those prey species sealed the Megalodon's fate, making it the stuff of aquatic legend, a real-life leviathan of the seas. Stomping in at number 5 are the iconic woolly mammoths, close relatives of modern elephants. Woolly mammoths were covered in long fur coats to survive the freezing temperatures of the Ice Age's frozen tundras. They shared many similarities with mastodons, another famous prehistoric elephant cousin, which has made deciphering their ancient family tree rather difficult. However, breakthrough genetic research in the last decade has conclusively shown woolly mammoths were more closely related to the modern Asian elephant species alive today. This highlights highlights the incredible connections between current animal species and their prehistoric ancestors across many eras and extinctions. Shrinking down to number 4, we find the tiny remains of an extinct human species called Homo Floresiensis, nicknamed the Hobbit, due to its diminutive 3-foot 7-inch stature. Discovered on the isolated Indonesian island of Flores, their existence shook up long-standing assumptions about which early human species were able to construct boats and reach isolated island locations southeast of Africa, like Flores in Indonesia. Their small size has led experts to hypothesize they may have been isolated descendants of the larger Homo erectus that gradually adapted to island life over generations through a process called island dwarfism. The discovery of Homo Floresiensis ignited new debates about ancient human migrations and opened doors into just how resourceful and surprising our mysterious ancestral hominin species may have been. Nibbling in at number 3 is the giant beaver Castoroides that roamed prehistoric North America. Weighing up to 220 pounds, this massive primitive rodent utterly dwarfed its modern-day beaver relatives and rivals in size. Based on fossil evidence, giant beavers inhabited the lake and wetland regions of Ice Age North America, alongside the more typically sized modern beaver species. This fact points to a remarkably diverse ecosystem where multiple variations of the same niches and family types filled different ecological roles. Just imagine witnessing a giant beaver the size of a bear lumbering through the marshes and coastlines of ancient North America. Slithering into number 2 is Megalania, believed to be the largest land-dwelling lizard species ever documented, and a contender for the largest known venomous vertebrate to have ever existed. Fossil remains reveal it grew up 23 feet long and inhabited Australia about 30,000 years ago. Its long serrated teeth would have made quick work of prey and threats, serving it well as an apex predator among Australia's prehistoric landscapes. While debated, some researchers also propose Megalania may have sported a venomous bite to go along with its reptilian size and strength, a spine-tingling possibility if true. Finally, claiming our number 1 extinction spot is the uniquely punk rock-looking Tasmanian tiger. Despite the name and ambiguous appearance, the Tasmanian tiger was actually a large marsupial endemic to Australia, not a true tiger or feline. With its distinctive zebra-like stripes and abdominal pouch for carrying its young, the Tasmanian tiger was a one-of-a-kind island species that was tragically driven to extinction after European colonists introduced foreign dogs, hunted them for bounties, and disrupted their habitat, seeing them as pests. The very last known wild Tasmanian tiger was captured in 1933 before the species vanished from the planet. Well, that concludes our marathon expedition through just some of Earth's many incredible extinct species that once walked, swam, and soared among us. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed learning about these astonishing animals lost to deep time. And make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next installation in this series, where we'll uncover even more mind-blowing extinct creatures that once inhabited our planet. The past has many secrets still left to reveal. Until next time, adventurers, onwards and upwards.